Welcome to Sharing My Truth with Mel and Susie, the uncensored version, where we bear it all.
We do.
Hello and welcome back to Sharing My Truth Pod. Oh, Mel is finally vibing to my theme songs. Hey guys, you're here with Mel and Suze, and we are here to remind you to give this cute little pod a like, subscribe, comment.
Positive feedback.
Positive feedback. Don't call us, two sons of bitches when we are just your friends.
Exactly.
And we just want positive feedback.
We do. We do.
And yeah, just go to Share My Truth Pod on the Instas and the socials to hang out with us there. Or you can go to sharingmytruth.com and you guys can leave us cute voicemails. YouTubes. Don't forget the YouTube
Go
babes.
to the tubes.
Go to the tubes.
Yeah.
And not my uterine tubes.
That's a good plan. Don't do that.
Okay. Well, hi, babes.
Hello.
How are you?
Fabulous. I mean, it's sunny.
Yes.
It makes a huge difference. Today it was like 30 degrees in Toronto.
Oh, God.
It is
good shit.
It is very, very hot. It's a little hot for this little old English lady.
Is it too hot?
No, it's fine. I like the heat.
You do like the heat.
I love the heat. I do really like the heat. And so
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with it.
I know. It's so good. I have a rooftop that I frequent like on my little apartment. And like, what am I trying to say? And it's so good. Like, I have my plants up there now. And it's like just the sun is beating on you. And I'm definitely going to get melanoma, but I'm like, it's worth it.
Do you wear a hat?
No, that's a silly question.
Yeah.
But I do wear sunscreen, kind of.
Wear the hat sometimes. You'll regret it later.
Yeah, it's a good idea. But
You
I just
really
like my
will.
freckles.
Yeah.
They're popping.
I'm sure they are.
Popping.
They are, yeah. But you know, when you're young, nobody ever listens to that.
No, they don't.
I mean, we literally put like butter on ourselves to get browner.
I would
Yeah.
do that.
I mean, please don't do that now.
No.
It's a very bad idea. Baby oil was the
People
big thing.
used to put Coca-Cola on themselves. Have you
Did
heard of
they?
that one?
No.
Those are my farming friends back in Alberta. That's what they did.
What the hell's that? Is that like a pretend fake tan? What is
I don't
that?
know. They put it out and then they'd tan. They'd bake in the Coca-Cola and it would make them brown.
Really?
That's what farm girls did.
Baby oil was a big thing,
Baby oil. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Still big thing.
which is absolutely terrible.
Oh, yeah.
It's like roasting a chicken. Please don't do it.
Delicious though.
And now I'm 51 and I cover myself in factor 50. And everyone's like, what are you, some kind
With
of
a nice
albino?
Big sun hat.
Exactly. I
want a
hate
big-
sun hats.
I
though.
want a huge one that like is a
know.
sombrero maybe. And then like you can have like chips and dip up there. The life of the party.
Cocktail?
Yeah, a little cocktail.
I do find it problematic because I can never find a nice hat. I hate myself in hats.
If you guys have a hat company that
yeah,
you guys
please-
want to send
please
us some
send me
cool
hats.
hats,
I'll
that
wear
we
them.
wear,
Yeah, I
I'd
will
love
wear them.
that.
I like a cap if I'm like going for a
baseball cap.
walk, baseball cap. Well, I don't, and that's the only kind of hat that I like, and I don't really wear them very much.
Well, we'll get you a nice one, babe.
Yeah, okay.
This
jolly
says like
good.
slut on it.
Yeah,
Slag. Big slag. Oh my God, can we actually do that? Okay, maybe I will. Anyways, let's stop talking about this.
Yeah.
I mean, to do with slags. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so our episode today is really about, I was reflecting with Mel.
You were.
I stopped and I reflected.
You were. You're being very pensive.
Yeah, very. And I was like, I know, like, since I'm a single gal now in the big TO,
Mhm.
and I work in the like financial district of
Mhm.
Toronto, where there's honestly a lot of guys who are like my type.
Mhm.
Guys in suits,
6'5",
guys who are looking cute,
blue eyes,
finance,
trust fund.
trust fund.
Yeah,
Very much so.
that
And
kind
they're,
of man.
and they're older, they look good, they take care of themselves, they have money. Like, these are kind of guys. And I'm like, man, like, I know I'm cute, okay? Like I'm
Definitely.
not like gonna lie about it, guys, okay? Like I know I'm a cute little person in the city.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but men don't approach women anymore like they used to.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying that that's a good or a bad thing,
Yeah.
but is the reality that we are living in because we have, we as in women have kind of made it maybe a little scarier
Very.
for men
Very scary.
to
Yeah.
approach women because they don't want to offend us. And you know what's so funny?
Get
actually,
arrested.
that I'm actually just thinking about it right today. Oh my God, this actually I was getting on the streetcar. I was waiting for the streetcar, and this guy actually did approach me, but he wasn't from Canada. He had an accent of some sort, and he was way too young, and he was not my type. And I was like, he was like, I have to know your name and where you're from. And I was like,
he French?
I don't know what the fuck he was, but I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm just not interested. Like, I wasn't about to have this conversation. I had my headphones in. I was like, don't you know,
Yeah.
But then I'm the problem I'm talking about.
Yes, you
and
are.
I'm like, oh my God, men, this is why you're not approaching us.
Yeah, I've actually
scary.
I've had this conversation with a few men that I know who are older who are dating, and it's very difficult. And we've actually had quite a few comments on our YouTube about this, that saying that it's much easier for women to date than it is for men, and specifically on the apps and stuff like that. And I thought, what a wild comment. But I think it is really difficult for men, and because you can't meet in a work situation anymore because
you do not want to get an HR complaint on that.
And that's just, that's loaded with whatever. And then men will be worried that if you approach them, you think they're like some kind of weirdo, a creep or whatever. I think it is incredibly difficult, which is why the apps are so powerful, because men think that if you're on the apps, then it's kind of, you've gone through that process, and you've said, I'm dating, you've stripped away that layer of don't offend me, right? Because you're on the apps. And so a lot of men are on there, and you've shown me pictures of guys on Hinge. You think, why the fuck is that guy on Hinge? What does he need to do that for? But then it's this problem. How does he meet somebody?
Because he's not gonna go and talk to a woman in person.
But what about in bars, like at the weekend, if you're out?
I swear to God, I have not got approached by a guy who I am attracted to in a bar in a very long time.
So what's the point in going to a bar?
Exactly.
I mean, sorry, let's strip it down to the bare brass tacks.
Yes. I don't know, but here, and that's so funny you say the apps, because the apps are much easier for women than they are men, because we have so much more choice. For men, I feel like there's not as much choice, because women are a lot pickier with pictures, and we are just we kind of have to pick with the litter, obviously. But what's funny about the apps is that obviously there's a thing called Bumble, right?
Yes.
Where women make the first move.
Yeah.
And it's that was a thing, because it's let's fucking have empowerment, or however they wanted to market it. I hate Bumble. I'm not making the fucking first move on an app. I don't know. I just find
Do
it
men
annoying.
go on Bumble?
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of men?
It's a big thing. I don't know. I'm not on it.
Are they somebody let me know. Is it the same type?
It's the same type of again. Yeah. I don't think it differs.
Go on all the apps, right?
I don't think it differs. I think it's just I think it's different kind of women are on Bumble. I'm just, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I don't think it's as popular anymore. I think Hinge is much more popular for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Not that I'm a huge fan of any of the apps, because I just find them exhausting.
Yeah, well, we've said this before in episodes and conversations we've had and conversations with other people. I think the apps, you lose so much, don't you? Because obviously you're looking, and particularly women, you're looking at photos and you go, no.
So shallow. We're all so
exactly.
shallow.
And also it may just be that guy was nervous and he's taken these stupid photos. It could be any myriad of things, right? And you're just making this quite big decision. I'm not going to date this person based on one photo. I mean, I know that some are glaringly horrendous, but I mean, it is a big, isn't it? A big, you're literally probably 85%, maybe more. You're just going, no. And then, like I said before, I've said many times, I just think you know far too much information about the person. You don't need to know that this person likes drinking whatever they like drinking, that they like hiking, that they like, want to go on a vacation to Italy. I mean, who gives a shit? That's the point of the conversation.
Yes.
I mean, vaguely that you're attracted to them, that's basically all you need, isn't it, for a first date?
I mean,
do you need all this information?
Because people are also going on, I feel more blind dates, and more dates that friends setting them up with people, which I honestly would do that. I would go on a date where my friends would set me up.
Well, that's the old-fashioned way of doing it.
Right. That sounds way better to me, because your best friends have already vetted them, hopefully.
That's what happened to me and my husband.
Right.
So we didn't, the first date wasn't a date, it was in a group of people. But my friend, who was my friend and Max's friend, but we we hadn't sort of met through her because I worked with her and then we become really good friends. And then she went and worked where Max met and they became friends. And she's like, oh, I know this woman, this girl you like. I suppose I was a girl then. And then she basically did kind of set it up. And then we met.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't a mega setup, but it was and then afterwards Max was like, oh, can I have her phone number to my friend? And my friend's like, I'm going to have to check.
Oh,
give it back to me.
very proper.
Check. Back to him. Yes, okay.
What did you say? Were you like, Oppie? Or were you like, oh my God,
Obs.
no, I can't do it. I don't think he's my type.
No, because we
okay.
didn't do
All
that
right.
then. And, it is a good way because then also your friend's done it. So he's probably not a psychopath or a serial
hope so.
killer, which is helpful.
You'd hope so.
You'd hope so. So that's good. But I think it helps kind of break the eye. It makes it easier,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And it's interesting that if people are going back to that because
So he kind of made the first move then because he was like, I'm going to ask for her number.
he did.
Or like when you guys met.
Yeah, he called me. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made the first move. Because I don't think in those days, so this is going back 25 years, I wouldn't have asked a guy on a date.
Yeah.
Not doing that.
See, here's the thing. Like when I was before I met my boyfriend that I had for a really long time, like when I was like early 20s or like 18, 19, 20 kind of thing, I would always make the first move. And I felt like it was like super, I don't know if I felt it was like empowering or if I was just like, I know I'm cute. I'm going to ask this guy out and then, we're going to hook up or whatever.
And what was your patter? What did you say?
Patter?
Yeah, your patter.
I
Your
love that.
little chit chat.
I honestly, I can't really remember what I would do or say, but if it was in a bar, I would I would buy them a shot. Like I would do these things.
Wow. Would you do that thing like you see in the movies where you're at one end of the bar and you send the drink over?
Yes, of course.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
It was
That's
the
so
funniest.
funny.
It was actually, I've like also women, we have this amazing thing where we can kind of make the first move with our eyes.
Yes.
Which is a thing.
It is a thing.
It's a thing. And I did that with this one guy who was so cute. And I did this with this one guy. And then this other guy tried to come talk to me. And me and this other guy like had already made this eye contact. So this weird guy who was trying to talk to me, the guy who I was looking at across the bar came over and kind of saved me because we already had this like eye connection.
What did he say?
He was like, I think he came over and he looked at me and then he was like, oh, hey, it's so good to see you. Like he was like my friend. And I was like, oh my God, wow. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I have to talk to my friend. And I got out of that situation. Right.
Yeah.
So that
like
was really smooth. And
that's
then
very smooth. Very
we were friends for a while after that. We like just hooked up and we became friends. It's just like, but I feel like shit doesn't happen like that anymore. Why doesn't it happen?
Because I think particularly for men, they're just terrified.
Ugh.
And
so sad.
It is sad because like in everything, we go too far with everything, right? Like you try and correct something that's not right in society and like everything we have to go too far and sort of mess it up.
Yeah.
Because you think about how many people, certainly in the old days, I mean, I don't know what happens today, is that people met, I mean, the statistics are huge. Like most people, I mean, everybody I know met their partner at work because that's where you spent your time. So obviously that's where you met the person. I mean, I didn't, but that's relevant.
Partner at
But
work, yeah.
but
like, were they working together? Someone was working for them, or like what do you mean? Like secretary, boss? Like what do you?
No, not generally, not that. Generally, like just colleagues,
right?
And when you're younger, you're working in an environment. You're going. I suppose, especially the difference I think with North America and particularly the UK, as we've discussed before, like it's really sociable in the UK. You have to go for drinks after work. Doesn't matter what you do for a job.
Yeah.
You cannot not do it. It's like there's something wrong with you.
Wow.
It's just not the done thing. So you socialize with your work colleagues and your friends and so you have to go for drinks. You just don't have a choice really. So then of course you're going to have a few too many drinks. You're going to
fuck.
Yeah. So obviously
fuck your boss.
Obviously
maybe.
Never happened to me. I never had an attractive boss. And I always all my bosses were men. Bar maybe one, and they were never attractive. Ugh, God, thinking about it. But anyway, no, I'd say most of my friends met people at work, but not necessarily superiors, just kind of people at work, because that's where you spend your time. You spend a huge amount of your time. especially when you're younger, because you don't have to rush off for things
Mm-hmm.
and you stay for drinks and stuff like that. I mean, God, when I was young in the city, like of London, like you go out until really, really late and, sort of a couple of times come back to work in the same clothes,
Right.
because you've been out literally all night and you're just I mean, the next day is shockingly bad because you're just like, whoa, like your hangover's the size of, a small continent.
That
But
is so funny.
yeah, and that's how you meet people, but nowadays there are so many barriers and men are terrified.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about the amount of men, even recently, and some of it we may think, oh, that's justified or whatever, but even people get accused of stuff before they've gone to court or anything's happened, like you judged in the court of public opinion. So
Yeah.
as soon as somebody says something to you like you're this, that, that's it, you're done.
Yeah. And we
So
aren't saying that these things, like, we know we are women, these things happen, and these people should
Yeah.
get fucking barred
Yeah, of
from
course.
so much, because men can be horrible and disgusting and
Mm.
do really bad things. But it has just created,
And so can women.
of course,
I
women
know
can.
plenty of women who took advantage of situations.
Well, see,
and
that's
stuff,
the thing also, right?
We don't
There
talk
are
about that.
No, we don't talk about that. But I mean, it's because
For the most part,
the other
unfortunately, it's
thing
men.
is like physical almost,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
And so it's like it's harder to prove.
100%. Well, yeah. I mean, it's mostly men, and also they're bigger and stronger
Yeah.
and whatever.
Terrifying.
But I think that men, just get all like lumped in the same kind of thing, that
Yeah.
they're all bad, and that's really not fair, because it's not the case at all. These like kind of horrible men, and we won't mention famous names in case we get sued, but they're a really small percentage.
Right.
And most men, they may like not be marriage material or relationship material, but they're not, revolting creeps, right? And I think it's very hard. I mean, how do you approach a woman? I mean, I would think in a bar or a restaurant, that would be like much more sort of like you're kind
Yeah.
of in a social setting. So I find that interesting if you're in a bar and men aren't coming up
It's
to
just
you.
maybe it's just Toronto also. I feel like there's so many times where there's just been such a, like, it's a vibe and it's fun, and I feel like I still have had to go up to guys and just kind of like make that first kind of introduction, or kind of like bump into them by accident on purpose kind of thing,
Interesting.
where
Okay.
like I feel like they don't do it enough, and there's also the thing where they're not doing it anymore, so they're now bad at it.
Oh, so they don't know how to do it.
And they don't know how to
Yeah.
fucking do it properly. And then you're like, this guy's fucking annoying, or he's a
Yeah.
creep, or because they just don't know how to
They're
do it.
nervous,
They don't know how
yeah.
to seduce a woman across the bar anymore.
Yeah.
That's so
interesting.
frustrating.
But you'd think also, if you were in a bar and you did the old fashioned sending that drink over
Yeah.
there, and all you have to do is, if the woman goes, thanks very much,
Mhm.
that's all she needs to do, like, great, and look over and smile. If she doesn't look over and smile, then that's it, it's dead.
Yes.
But I mean, you'd think that would be,
It's
okay.
like either it's like, and also men are like, I'm not fucking buying a girl a drink. And I'm like, dude, it's like $12. Buy
Yeah.
a girl a fucking martini. You might have a great night. You
Yeah.
might not.
But
It's
that
not the
is,
end of the world either way.
I mean, that's another whole thing, that this whole kind of, women, we can do everything as well as men and blah, 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 is that, you've started this whole thing that men are like, okay, then, great. Well, you fucking pay for the drink. You take me out for dinner.
Yeah.
And men, please don't do it. It's super cheap. I mean, just women that are, that you want to date, like, they're not going to do that. I mean, you should wine and dine a woman. Come on, don't be cheap.
Yeah.
But I do understand why they're kind of like, why they're not doing it. And you do see a lot of stuff on social media about, well, what is the etiquette for a first date? Like, do you go 50-50?
Man pays.
Yeah, I mean, I think that.
That is my
I totally
undying
think that. And I
opinion.
think, I'm old fashioned, and I totally I wouldn't even go.
I
I'd
mean,
be like,
a lot of people are like, oh, well, it's whoever asked for the date.
oh, please.
I'm like,
Yeah, well, there you go. There's a good point. If you ask a guy on a date,
yeah.
but are you asking him on a date, or just approaching him, and then it's up to him to
Look,
ask
if
you on a
the
date?
girl is
that what you
aware of your
think?
financial situation, or has some kind of idea that you're not the most, well-off person and she still wants to go out with you, one, that's a green flag. Like that she still wants to go out with you and she doesn't care. So whether if you want to take her to like something you can afford,
of course,
you don't have to do. Doesn't have to be expensive.
Of course it doesn't.
If she also is aware, she'll be like, and you want to take her to like a nice movie or a nice outing, she'll be like, maybe I'll pay for popcorn, you pay for the movie.
In
like
the park.
There's just things you can do.
You could do lots of nice things
that are still very gentlemanly and feel like women. I'm sorry, but we want to feel taken care of 100%. In some kind of a capacity.
But I think that's where the issue is. I believe that, and that's the way I live my life. But I think there is huge confusion around that.
Yeah.
And men are very confused.
I'm a little confused, to be honest.
Are women still into that? Are they not? Because they want to provide and they want to work and they want to. So, and I think the answer is every woman is different. And I've said this many times. I wish, particularly as women, we would stop telling other women how to live your life.
Yeah.
So if you want to be CEO of Google,
fuck yeah, go girl.
Good for you.
Fucking go girl.
And if
Google.
you want to pay for everything and you want to marry and your husband's a house husband and you're happy with that, brilliant.
Fucking
great.
Amazing.
But I don't want that.
No.
That's totally fine. That's completely fine. But you do what you want to do, but stop telling the other women what they should do. So that is part of the problem, because we as women also shame other women. Like we shame women if they stay with a man because he cheats. We shame women if she asks the guy out on a date, or God forbid she asked him to marry her. Mm-hmm. Or like we do a lot of that, right? So it's kind of confusing because the roles are a little kind of, in this like nobody quite knows anymore, do they?
Yeah, no, we don't. And like it just all comes down to like how, like even like the older guys who like I want to maybe approach me in a way that's respectful, but also like, I think you're cute, like let's maybe fuck in a respectful way.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So the buying the drink thing is a very nice gesture if we're at a bar or something like that. It's a very nice gesture.
It's not obvious.
It's not. It's like easy peasy, guys. Come on, don't be ridiculous.
And it's only a drink.
It's only a goddamn drink. And like approach her first, even obviously if you don't want to do this weird thing across the bar. Approach her first and be like,
but
hey.
you got to, what do you say?
What do you say? I think you say, hey, introduce yourself. My name is Mike.
Yeah.
And then hopefully she says her name back.
Yeah, I'm Mike.
Yeah, I'm
Shall we role
Mel.
play?
Yeah. Go. Okay. Hey, I'm Mike.
I'm Mike. Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Sandra.
Oh. It's a beautiful name.
Isn't it?
I see you're a little low there. Can I buy your next drink?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I'd love to. What do you like?
Champagne.
Oh, champagne. Oh, my favorite too. Let's get a bottle of champagne for the lady. That's how you fucking do it.
Okay. Date. Done, Mike.
That's the thing. It's like
it's not hard, is it?
You gotta ask her questions.
Yes.
Like her fucking name.
This isn't about
what does she like to drink?
Key.
Not just, hey, let's get 2 shots of fucking Jameson.
Yeah.
No.
And please don't do what happened to us recently.
What?
And this was in a...
it was a sort of... My God, I hope this guy's not listening. No, he won't be.
He won't. It was a sort of... It wasn't... What was it? I was a chaperone for you.
You were not.
I'm joking.
They were not.
Well, what would you call the scenario?
Well, okay, so like my friend was like, hey, my friend... So, okay, my friend's out of that. So we were in London. My friend was like, hey, my other friend lives in London. Like, if you want to like... hang out with him. He's kind of fun. He's kind of cool. Like whether you want to fuck him or not, like he's just a fun guy to be with.
Did he actually say that?
No, he didn't. Okay. But it's kind of what I took from him.
Right.
And I'm like, great, no problem.
Got it.
Would love to meet him. Like I'm down with meeting new guys. Yeah. And Mel and I were out. I wasn't gonna be like, Mel, leave. This is a date.
No, I said to you, I'm very happy to go.
And I was like, please do not leave me.
And then she's
because
like,
I was
don't
just like,
leave
I
me.
don't know who he is yet. Yeah. And also, like, I'm just like, I'm not really down to fuck. But, like, whatever.
Okay, right.
So we were drinking a nice Sancerre.
We had a nice bottle of Sancerre.
Yes.
And we're having a lovely, jolly old time.
Jolly.
And we're coming to the end of our bottle of Sancerre.
Yes.
And he comes along and he's like, ugh, I don't like Sancerre.
It's like, oh, it's so sweet. And
But
we're like,
isn't.
Sancerre?
Yeah. So that
like,
was
are you
odd,
sure, babes?
Unless he... Yeah. So that
was a sommelier from where?
But And then he ordered something that neither of us liked that much. So, and then
He's like,
whatever.
are you guys good with Chablis? I'm like, I guess if
Okay.
you're buying it, go
What-
ahead, love.
Whatevs.
What?
But what was so funny about it is like 101 of trying to
Impress the date.
seduce,
Exactly.
whatever, a woman is just do whatever she wants.
Exactly.
I mean,
for
really?
the first little
Do you give a
date,
shit
the
what
first
you're
little
drinking?
hello. No.
I mean, it was so absurd.
It was crazy.
And the next day we had a huge hangover, didn't
Oh
we?
my God, we did.
It was bad.
Yes, we did. Mel fell down.
It was, it was not a good situation at all. It wasn't one of my better moments in life. But the point is it should be you're going up to this woman. It's all about her, how amazing and beautiful and whatever she is.
And don't be creepy. Just be like, hey,
Don't be
I think you're really pretty.
Yeah.
I'd love to buy you your next drink. And if she says,
Yeah.
hey, no, I'm good, you can
Then-
take that.
And back off. Yeah.
And because she might have a boyfriend, she might be a lesbian. She might just like have her
Anything.
dad just died.
She
You have
might-
no idea.
She might not be there for that. She might be with friends. You just don't know. But that's the key is
Yeah.
to back off
Yeah.
and do not do that whole like wine. Yeah. Then you just back off.
Yeah.
And also from the woman's point of view, if you think he's nice, well, just have a drink. It's not going to cost you anything. You
Yes,
don't have to go
girls.
home with this guy. But I think, yeah. And also the guy, do not talk about your job.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Unless she asks you questions about your job.
Yeah, but don't go into huge amounts of detail.
No, yeah.
Just I'm a
ask her
stockbroker.
questions.
I'm a
Yeah.
trader. I'm a doctor. I'm a parachute jumper.
Love that.
That's it. Great. And then ask her questions about herself.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're worried about saying too much about her physicality, because I know men are very worried about that
Right.
today, you can say, you're really cute. You look really great. Or
Yeah.
something like that. You don't have to be creepy about it.
No.
You look really
Love
nice.
your eyes.
Yeah, that's what my husband said to me.
Love.
See, it works.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? There we go. Love your eyes. Eyes are always a great
Sad,
thing.
Beautiful eyes.
You have beautiful eyes. Wow. I just got
And-
goosebumps.
That's what he said to me. Actually, he said, because my surname, not my
Yes.
married name, is a Dutch name. My family's Dutch. And so he said, and I wasn't that impressed, to be fair, and he knows this. He said, you have beautiful Dutch eyes. I'm like,
No.
oh, please.
Oh,
Anyway,
please.
I married the guy and had 2 children with him, so it wasn't
Nice.
that.
You're still together.
It's still together, and it wasn't that bad of a line. But anyway,
So yeah, so just ask her name, ask what she wants to drink, ask her questions,
yeah,
and make her laugh if you can.
yeah. But the thing is about
A chuckle.
men, and the same as women, is if you have a nice vibe, you have a nice vibe. You
Yeah.
can't actually sort of fake it.
No, it's very hard to
And,
fake it.
that's the problem. And maybe you're not aware of your kind of vibe if
Mhm.
you're not succeeding in doing this.
Yeah.
And maybe if you're not, you should ask a female friend what the issue is, and hopefully they'll be honest.
Scary. But yeah, I think that's yeah. You just gotta go for it. Okay. But you also
Yeah.
have to go into it with no expectations.
100%. That's a very good way of putting it.
Because if you have expectations being like, this girl's hot, I'm gonna fuck her tonight.
Yeah.
Then
no.
it's like you
But
don't
then
know.
but it radiates out of
Exactly.
you if you think that. But going back to the original question.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Because we've gone off track again.
What?
Is should girls be making the first move?
Yes.
So should they or not?
I think they should. I think it should be. Ladies, don't be afraid to make the first move.
Okay.
If there is a guy over there, maybe he just hasn't seen you. Maybe maybe he is wary of the situation, and he is just aware that women can be a little bit like
Yeah.
hefty on the "don't touch me,
Yeah.
get away from me." Yeah, I think it's very cool of women to make the first move if
Yeah.
that's your vibe. And if it's not your vibe, you don't have to do it. But
So let's say we're gonna role play.
oh my
again.
god,
So-
yes. Okay,
So I'm Pete.
Keep-
So you're coming up to me.
okay, I love it. You ready?
You can be Sally.
Sally. Love it. Okay,
I'm just sitting there having a drink.
nice.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hi.
Hi.
What are you drinking?
Oh, gin and tonic.
Oh, very nice. I never like that gin, gets me a little loopy. What's your name?
What is my name? Pete.
Pete, I'm Sally.
Oh, hi, Sally. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Can I buy you another gin tonic?
Sure.
I'd love to.
Great. Sounds good.
Hot.
Make it a double.
Let's fuck.
Oh, that's good.
Wow, I don't know
Anyway.
if that's gonna work,
No,
but
I'm
we'll
just-
see.
But you could. I do think you could go up to a guy and say,
I think you can go up
if
to
you're
a
in
guy
a
and buy a
bar
drink for
situation and you see him kind of on his own or whatever,
him. He's cute.
and you could say, "Hey, hey, hi,
Hey,
what are
love
you
your
drinking?
suit.
Love you, yeah, something like
Love
that.
your suit. Hey, where'd you get it? Like, there's easy
Yeah.
openers
Yeah,
that you can do.
and
If he
maybe
doesn't look too
practice
busy.
some. Sorry, maybe practice some.
Yeah.
But I think you could just be like, the more natural you are, the better.
Yeah.
The less, kind of staged and practiced. But hey, noticed you across the room. I don't know.
Oh my God, Mel,
Is
you
that- is that-
seductress.
What are you drinking?
What are you having a drink? You want to take a glass of...
I mean, I love the way I'm doing this because
Take
it's
a
not
glass of this
something I do at
pussy.
all. Yeah. Wow. I think you've taken it a step too far.
I feel like that's what you say in a dirty old bar with a
Yeah.
slag across the
It's
room.
like across the room.
You know?
But what you're saying is women need to,
Yes. I
need
think
to-
women... What do you think, Mel? I think women should...
well,
sometimes. I don't think all the time.
yeah, I think sometimes. I mean, why not? I
think
mean,
practice is fun.
I do think we are in a whole new era,
Mhm.
and you can't judge it by, kind of my era. I think it is different, and I think men are very cautious and concerned and whatever. So, if you want to date, you're gonna have to do something. Let's be frank.
Yeah.
But I would say, if you're having the drinks and blah blah blah, then I think if he likes you, he should then say, "Hey, do you want to
100%. Like, hey,
whatever, or do you want to grab?" I mean, maybe it's not going to be all
I'd
about.
love to get your number so
Yeah.
we can grab a drink sometime.
So I think it's then, if the woman has done all of that, you as the man then need to do something.
Yeah,
You've
yeah,
got
yeah.
the green light. Then
Yes.
say, "Can I get your number? I'd love to take you out for dinner or drinks or whatever it is."
And then also, if you do get her number, don't constantly be calling and texting her.
No, that'd be weird. Do men do that?
Yes.
Oh, that's nuts.
So that's a little bad because maybe she
Of course, we're
wasn't
women.
actually that into it, and she may have just given your number, and then she was like, maybe I'll call him. And
Maybe
then
she was a bit
doesn't.
drunk.
Maybe she's busy. So just give her a quick text, like, hey, this is John from last night. So great to meet you. Or remember something from last night. So like, hey, so great to meet you. Love your vibe and your eyes. Don't
Wow.
say that.
No,
Don't
I think
say
that sounds horrendous.
Okay, but say something that you remembered about the night that you guys met. I think
Yeah,
that's important.
yeah.
That she said.
And then just leave it.
And then just leave it and then hope she texts back.
Yeah, I mean, I think people, it's interesting you say men do that. I think women do that a lot.
Women do
They sort of go on a first date and then they're like,
Obsessed.
they become like maniacs.
Yeah.
And you're like, it is like this sort of panic sets in. And you're like, no, just move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Just keep working.
There's going to be
babes.
a lot of frogs, babes. before
Research. Just keep doing it.
Research is very important.
It is important, and then you'll get better at it.
Yeah.
And look, at the end of the day, what have you got to lose?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
I mean, maybe a few dollars from buying all those drinks.
yeah, and
So
just make
think
sure you wear
about that.
condoms too, guys, because that's important.
Yeah, but they haven't even got to that. Gosh, you are
But they
presumptuous.
will.
But maybe the second date.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
'Cause what are we doing this for?
That's true. Or maybe they want to have an enlightening conversation, Susie. No, don't
Give
be
me a fucking
ridiculous.
break.
Anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so we've resolved the dating problems of the entire world.
believe
Who
so.
needs Hinge?
I truly believe so.
What's that other one called?
Bumble.
No, and the other one.
Tinder.
That's it. Who needs any of that? Just listen to Mel and Suze.
Just listen to Mel
All
and
your
Sue.
problems are solved.
Oh, and sharing my truth pod.
That's it.
And if you guys have any more dating advice, you can go to Sharing My Truth Pod and tell us about it. We'll
Yes.
share it on the pod next time. And then you can also go to sharingmytruth.com
Yes.
and you guys can send us an email about it. Or send us a voicemail and tell us how wrong we
do.
are, how much we
Please
fucked
do.
this episode up, how bad our advice is too.
yeah.
Why not?
And,
I'd love
and
some
it's,
positive feedback.
it's only from us. It's what we're not like
It's our opinions.
we're not like,
Pretty
you know,
crazy.
I don't know, whatever you would be dating.
Dating experts?
Yeah.
I'd like to think of myself as a dating expert.
I think you must be, really, aren't you?
I mean, I did go to school for it.
You what?
The school of life.
The school. Oh my god.
All right. Is
Anyway,
that for us?
that's enough.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
Okay.
Okay, guys. We'll see you next week.
Toodles.